This is Beach Talk Radio.
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all ships at sea. This is your captain speaking, Mean Gene. Mean Gene. The following will be a test of the ship's whistle, the sonar alarm, the cable alarm, and the atomic attack alarm.
Hello, America, and welcome to the #1 radio station in all of Fort Myers Beach. Beach Talk Radio. Here are your hosts, Kim and Ed Wright.
And a good morning, everybody. Welcome to episode number 246 for Saturday. I stopped counting the Friday shows and the Thursday shows and the Monday shows. It's 246 Saturday. And I'm not even sure because, Kim's been doing the math, so I'm not even sure that's right. But it's approximately
no one believes that.
246 episodes. And we are broadcasting live from our new Saturday morning location called Wahoo Willie's, which is on Old San Carlos. And we're so happy to be here. Before we get to our lovely guests to start off the show to talk about Christmas, I love the holidays.
So I like how you call them over, you harass them to get over here, and then you're still going to do
I have to do
your intro.
you have to take care of the sponsors. You have to take care of the people.
Mm-hmm.
These are the businesses that, dear, have been with us. I know you don't really care about the sponsors and the businesses that are giving us money.
I also care to respect people's
You
time.
the only thing you care about is your hair. You don't care about the money.
Someone that was picking up toys today was like, make sure your hair is okay.
Like when you're picking up toys, even in the morning.
When they were picking up toys this morning, I said, I have to run in and get ready for the show. And he goes, oh, yes, make sure that your hair is okay.
All right. So our sponsors right now that are open include Beach Pottery, Fort Myers Beach Realty, State Insurance USA, the new Margaritas, and the La Ola Express food truck in Times Square. Our new sponsors are the Allen Development Group, real estate agent Jorge Barrera. Jorge. Say it. Jorge.
Just say it.
Oh, he's got a sense of humor. Is that some
Unlike
kind of...
you.
Is that
Keep going.
All right. And michaelshomeinc.com. And we'd like to thank all of you who supported us for the last 2 months with coffees. It's not really coffee. It's kind of like a gimmick. You buy a cup of coffee and cash goes into the hair fund. So thank you very much for all of that. And thank you to Margaritas for having us there every Friday night. And enough about us, dear. It's time to introduce our fabulous female guests for the morning. Dawn Thomas. Am I not allowed to say female, ladies, women?
Just guess. Just guess.
It's all good, Ed. We already
Thank
know
you,
how to
Megan.
go.
The First Lady
And
of Fort
Megan-
Myers
That's
Beach,
right.
Megan Allers, and Dawn Thomas. Dawn is the chairperson of the Public Safety Committee. Her husband, Bob, is on the Audit Committee.
Or Brian.
My
other husband, Bob. Not.
And by the way, folks, for those of you that don't see, Jorge's laughing out there. For those of you that don't know, Dawn and Bob's son plays for the Dallas Cowboys, and he's doing something
Stop saying Bob.
something special with his cleats. Dawn,
Yeah,
what's
so,
that all about?
The NFL run a promo called My Cause, My Cleats, and it starts on Monday, and his cleats are designed, or were designed, and all the profits are going back to the 33931 fund on Fort Myers Beach. They're beautiful.
Yeah,
I did send you a picture, so you can upload them.
awesome.
But it's got a beautiful picture of the pier, and they auction them off. Different players do different things, whatever is dear to their heart. And Jake picked Fort Myers Beach, and the money will go back to the residents.
Now, Howard,
So he's not wearing them. They're designed.
Okay, I am not going to lie. I don't know. I don't think they
Dawn,
wear
it's your
them.
son, for crying out loud. Is he wearing
what
the
is he
cleats or
wearing
not?
on his
It's a,
feet?
well, they designed them. I don't think they wear them in the game. I have no idea. I know they launched it this week. I keep asking questions, but he's my son. I don't get a lot of details.
I see.
I thought it was really interesting when you first started telling us about this, that all the players kind of tell the entire team what their cause is and what their cleats mean. And the number of people who didn't really realize the magnitude of the hurricane
They
that
didn't
we
know
had.
we had a hurricane.
They didn't even know that we had one.
Yes.
That's my biggest worry, that people have forgotten about Fort Myers
Right.
Beach. When I was up this morning doing the walk around
Well,
video,
the whole area, just the whole event.
well, yeah, when I was walking around looking at town hall and the chapel by the sea, it's crazy. And then you go
Right.
behind town hall and you see that building that's in the mangroves.
I think
What is that building in the mangroves? Is that somebody's house?
Probably. I think the biggest thing we're noticing as we drive to our house now is the scraping of the buildings. So now you're starting to see more and more empty lots
Mhm.
because
Uh-huh.
before
I
you
just
you-
said that the other day.
Yeah. Before we were saying, I said, it doesn't look that bad because you look down a street and you're like, those homes are all standing. Well, now you come by, you didn't know what the destruction was inside. Now you come by and there's nothing on that street.
Right.
And that's what I think is starting to
Be
it-
impactful.
it's
and, yeah.
what was all, yeah, it was impactful, but now it's really hitting home of how much has been lost. Truly.
And that would be something I want to go up I was lucky enough to get invited to go up in the helicopter ride early on.
Oh,
and
yeah.
With
take some
Marcino,
aerial-
Sheriff Marcino
No, no,
invited
no,
you
no.
in a helicopter?
No.
Oh, I see.
I remember that.
No, it was the Roar Offshore.
Oh,
It
okay,
was
yeah.
Cindy and those guys. And so to go up in there and see it, because the buildings were still there. But I
Yes.
think now it would really be.
Because you hit the nail on the head because you would, when you saw the upper videos, sorry.
Thank you. No,
You-
that's perfect.
oh,
That's
okay.
a point for
When you
me.
saw the upper videos, you thought, oh, that
Bella's
place is
back.
fine.
Right,
It's when you
right.
came down and looked
Yep.
this way, you said,
Yep.
Oh,
And
Lord.
now I think it'll be much more obvious and
Yeah.
impactful from the air to see
right.
just so many swaths of open land. Because
Yeah.
we know someone gave us some pictures last night from
Oh.
a photographer who was, in this area, a local photographer and a DJ, Jan. Oh, I can't remember what his last name
But
was.
they were
Anyways,
old pictures
they're
of
from
everything still there.
2007 from
Oh.
the pier and
Oh.
Times Square and all different developments down here. So interesting. So we're
Wow.
going to figure out what to do with those. But yeah, those are
They're like
also from the
postcards.
air.
They're like postcards. The collector's items postcards is what they are. So how did your house make out in the storm, being that you live on the beach?
My house, I'm one of the luckier ones. We lost our lower level, but we're in a newer
Imagine
home.
that. Imagine saying that.
Yeah.
I lost the lower level of my
But
house.
I'm
Right.
still in
But
good
I'm
shape.
lucky.
I'm in
Yeah,
good
yeah,
shape. We're in one of the newer homes. It's made out of concrete. So while, it was gutted to the studs, we feel luckier than most. You only lost one or two things that were priceless. The rest I can get back.
But everything's special to the person that loses it. It's like, who were you talking
yeah.
about the peacock last night with the
Right.
lady
right.
from Armando's? They lost
Day
something
Spa,
that was
yep.
special to everybody there. And
Yeah.
and then you see little things popping up that people have found, or that they're, there's,
Yeah.
I know Joe List's daughter has created a website
right.
where all these
Mhm.
things they find. And so trying to get them back to the people. But how did you guys make out, Megan?
I agree with Dawn. We made out better than a lot of people did, and we feel very fortunate. We have a one-story brick home, concrete home, and so obviously completely gutted. We're only one story. We do live at a little bit of a higher point of the island, so we didn't have as much water. And we were fortunate enough to have new windows and new doors put in over the past couple of
Wow.
years, all of which were not affected. So we're getting ready to get to work, and some incredible girlfriends of mine that have been down helping for the week went and did some cleanup of our yard and our
Nice.
lanai yesterday, and kind of made it look a little bit cleaner so that they could get started on the actual work in there. So we're pretty excited, but it's got a long way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got internet and cable yesterday. It was
Nice.
like the best thing ever.
Isn't that crazy?
Even though we're not living there, but we were super excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, power, internet, water.
Oh, when it got water, that was huge.
Yeah.
It's like the 1800s.
You turn the water faucet on.
You're not
Cool.
have to be out
Yeah.
there within the well
Mhm.
pumping it up.
Yeah.
So the main reason you're here, other than that, is to talk about the women's club, because the women's club's tree festival will be different this year.
It will. Obviously, as most people know, we lost the building. It does have to be demolished. So our favorite spot to have that tree festival is not viable. So we didn't think we were going to do the event at all. Anita Saracita was reached out to by a lovely lady up in Anna Maria Beach.
And for
Who
people
owns the white egret?
that are new to the show, that don't live on Fort Myers Beach, Anita Saracita is a former mayor of Fort Myers Beach. She was
And owned three
stores.
Yep.
stores on the island that were
three
lovely.
stores that have been destroyed.
Yes.
Yes.
I know two of them are not even there anymore. I don't know if the Santini Plaza one is recoverable, but three
Mhm.
stores on the island. And she was she might have been the first mayor or one of the
She
first
was.
mayors.
Yes. Yes, she was.
Back in 95. But go ahead.
So this lovely lady reached out, and her team have created mini trees, tabletop trees.
Yes.
The concept started with 100. I think we're probably close to
200 trees are being
mini
donated.
trees.
Have you
Wow.
ever had 200 trees before?
No.
No.
Okay, so isn't this crazy? Like
Yes.
the gifts that have been sent to us for the Kids Foundation
Mhm.
have been crazy, and
It-
then you get
it really
more
is.
on a year where it's
Right.
bizarro. You get more people helping than ever before.
So the way that we are going to do this, each tree is going to have a partner tree. So as an example, we have 200 trees. There will be 100 sets of trees. One tree will be auctioned off. The partner tree will be donated to a person or family who's been affected by the storm in some way.
Got it.
And that leads us to our nomination process for those donated trees.
We are looking for more people to receive these trees. One, because we have obtained so many more.
Right.
We're worried. We want to make sure that we get these trees out. These women are working really hard, and they're beautiful. The trees are absolutely stunning. And
About what size? I know you
there's
said
a
they're mini
couple.
trees,
Well,
but
to be candid, we started with tabletop.
Mhm.
Then we heard there were some smaller ones. Then we have some people that are donating 5-foot trees. Now we've got a couple full size. Then I heard we've got some sprays, Santas. The list just keeps growing.
Sprays? What is a spray?
And it goes on your table,
Yeah.
like a
like a
centerpiece.
centerpiece. Yeah.
Ed's not in the know
There's
of
wreaths,
Christmas
No.
decor.
wreaths for the front door.
Favorite.
So we have so many Christmas
love
items. We are going to put them online starting on Tuesday, and you can go to the Women's Club website at fmb-wc.org, and we'll post that up with Ed and let everybody know. But you'll be able to see the trees. We'll be able to. I think we're going to ship them if people buy them.
Yes.
We're going to ship them.
So that leads to the second point of
Sorry,
it.
I jumped.
So half of those trees will be auctioned live at the Island Suite Man Caves next Saturday from 3 to 7. The other half are going to be strictly online bidding.
Yeah.
So anybody in the country out there, all 70,000 of Ed's favorite people,
How dare you?
go
71.
on
71.8.
can go on and bid on those trees. We will ship them to you. We will even ship the partner tree to whoever you've nominated that's been affected
Yes.
by the storm that can't be near the beach right now. And those funds from the bidding of those trees go to the 33931 fund. We do have some nonprofits that are still going to be decorating their tree as planned. The Chamber of Commerce, the Tree Festival Committee from the Women's Club is doing ours. Community Foundation, Restore the Arches is doing one on behalf of the Shrimping Fleet. And I think, Turtle Time.
Turtle Time. That was.
I was
one
going to
more.
ask.
And their trees, just like years previously, those will be auctioned off, but will go back to that respective nonprofit.
She typically likes the tree with the hanging wine bottles. Will that be back this year?
They are doing something a little different this
Yes.
year. I think the logistics were a little tough for this year.
Shipping that would be
A bit.
See, if they
bit
did a
much.
tree with a hanging Captain Morgan private stock tree, I mean, we would bid like crazy.
Well,
on
Ed,
that.
you never
Well-
know what's going to show up on
Yeah,
some
but
of
those
these
trees on the not-for-profit trees, you bid, but you're not getting the tree. They go back to the not-for-profit.
No,
Or
no,
the
you
money
get the
goes
tree.
back?
The money goes.
The money goes to
Got
the
it.
You get the
nonprofit.
tree.
Similar
Good,
to what
come
we
on,
did in the
figure it
past.
out.
In the
What's wrong
past,
with
all
you?
the nonprofits built their trees. The money they earned went back to
Back
them,
to
and then
them.
you got to keep the tree. But for those of you who live in town or in Fort Myers or anywhere close, we welcome you to come to the event. We have food trucks. We have it's again from
Live music.
live music. Open, well, not open bar, cash bar with a celebrity bartender.
Don't say
And
open
we do
bar.
still have VIP tickets.
And we have VIP tickets. You find everything on our website. But come out. It's going to be a gorgeous day. And this year, because we have so many trees, if you can buy right then, and if you've got something to go to a Christmas party or something, you can buy your tree and leave. And for those of you who may have lost your Christmas decorations, like I did, I am loading up.
Yeah.
Right.
I just think it's going to be a wonderful opportunity for everyone to kind of get into the spirit, come, unwind a little bit, look at these beautiful trees, bid on them, donate one to somebody or a family It can be one person, it can be a family that's been affected by the storm. Everyone's got a story from what happened during the storm and how they had to go through some things. So to be able to provide back to the community and give them a little something of what they've lost is really important to us.
I don't know about you, but I'm a little Scroogey this year because I was going to buy some stuff and I'm like, no, I'm not. You're just in that funk.
Mhm.
And then I started seeing pictures of the trees and I'm like, oh, I have to buy that one.
So
Oh, I have
people
to
can
buy
see
that one.
pictures of the trees on the Women's Club website.
The
yes?
ones that will be for online bidding, yes.
You'll get a nice little smattering. I mean, I think there's a huge array. You will not be disappointed.
Sweet.
I do want to also mention that we are still doing the raffle this year. You know, every year we do the big raffle. This year is opening events for Margaritaville. The 2 tickets for that. It's about a $2,500 value.
Wow.
For the opening of Margaritaville. We're still selling those tickets. You can buy them online or grab any board member, and we have access to tickets as well. Those ticket sales are going really well. Our next drawing is this next week. And all the cash drawings leading up to the main prize. You win one of those cash drawings, your name goes back in the hopper for the main event. And we will have tickets on sale at the event for those as well.
And also, we have a lot going on.
You
The
do.
33931 fund is still going on. That's
Cool.
where a resident who lived on the beach with a valid driver's license that says 33931 on it can apply again on our website. And that's where the monies are going at this time. We are giving each verified applicant a $500 gift card just to help them get through time. So the money we raise is directly going back to the residents.
And can people still apply for that? Is it open now?
Yes, it is still open, and we have funds are coming in, so
Nice.
we've been paying quite promptly.
And did you mention how much we've actually given out yet?
No.
We've raised over 650,000.
Wow.
We've got, I know, at least another 60,000 coming. It continues to come. The applications have dropped off quite a bit. So if there is somebody out there, don't feel ashamed or anything. We encourage you to apply. $500 might help with something little that just gets you
and
over
it
that
might just
hump.
through the holidays too.
Exactly.
Buy some
Yeah.
gifts.
I mean, I feel that for what we threw together right after the storm, thinking this would be a great idea and how well it's been received, we are just so pleased that we've been able to help this many people in our community. Like we just said, even if it's a little bit that gets them something that they need specifically, it's totally worth it for us.
And I don't think they realize that we all live on the island who are doing this. So when they're sending us information, we're like, we know, we're going to help you. And so it's been nice.
And just so the folks out there know that are watching, 155,000 of what you donated through our dinky little podcast went into the 33931
That's right.
fund.
Thank you.
Thank you all for doing that. And it's going to the folks that live on the beach. They have to live on the beach, and
Well, they have to live in the 33931.
for the most part, that's the beach.
Yes.
I have to say it, and this is to anybody who's listening, it's just the amount that people have poured into our community is just absolutely astounding.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I get a little choked up by it, but it's overwhelming, really, when you think about how many people really do care about our little beach and our little island.
It really came to light the last 6 weeks when all of a sudden you start either raising money or asking people for, like, the thing that was amazing was when Pastor Sean Kritzer needed tents. All we did was put one post out, and we had to, in 51 minutes, we raised enough money to buy the tents that he needed, and we had to tell people to stop. Well, they didn't stop. And so tonight we're doing this event at the Sunset Grill parking lot from 4 to 7 with the leftover money. But I had to have a conference call, or I wanted to have a conference call with the people that donated the money and say, listen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to pay the artists. We're going to get a little dinky stage. We're going to get some sound, and we're going to ask people to bring a toy for the Kids Foundation. And and then all of a sudden, another idea comes up, and people are sending toys by Amazon. And so we've got 3 or 4 carloads today that brought there's
a
toys.
big pile
There
at
was
Buttonwood,
6
too.
Yeah, there was
Of
6
toys.
Yeah.
Also, for our music, we have Sheena is playing at the Christmas Tree Festival. So we're super excited
That's
about
right.
that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sheena.
She's amazing. Yeah.
Yep.
She's going
She's
to
my neighbor.
She's going to be playing tonight from
So I begged her.
5:15 to 7, and so we hope people can come down, bring an unwrapped toy tonight, and just kind of relax and watch the sunset, which is really what people miss a
Right.
lot. And
Yes.
watch just coming down and miss
Yeah.
seeing the sunset.
I do have to do a little side note though.
Do it.
I'm really disappointed in Ed
Uh-oh.
that he
Uh-oh.
did not pull out his
The Christmas.
ugly
Oh,
Christmas
you should have
sweater.
told me. I would have wore it.
Wore one.
But there's still time. There's still
with the
time.
dinosaurs. I'm excited to see that
Yes.
next weekend.
There's still
He'll be
time.
out there mowing the
I
lawn with
promise.
it again.
I promise next weekend I will have it. It's hanging right next to the
Yeah.
shirts. I should have brought it. So, well,
He
thank
felt like it was a little too soon. You know, he didn't
Yeah.
want to. You know,
Although
he
I
wants to
should have
save
ran a
it.
5K this morning in it. That would have been.
It's
Not
never too
without
early
daughter.
for Christmas dinosaurs.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, where
That's
did
too
where did
funny.
you come up with that sweater? By the way, that was
She's the queen.
That
of
was a
costumes.
keeper.
Who are we
that was a
kidding?
keeper.
That's
So
funny.
where is the mayor today? What's he up to?
Oh, he has been doing
Manual
he's
labor.
been doing honeydew things this morning. So we had some storage we had to shuffle around, and I'm sure he's shuffling other things around and taking a little tiny break today before he digs back in on Monday.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for coming on,
Thank
and
you.
whatever we'll see you on the.
Oh, hold up that QR code too.
Okay, we have a QR code.
Yes, this is for if you know someone to nominate. There we go. You can put your camera on that. It'll pop up, and that's if you know someone who lives here who would love a Christmas tree, who's deserving, and we like to hear about their stories. I think people are interested in hearing.
Yeah,
'C's everybody
I
has
think
And
one.
I can
that's-
post that
yeah.
in the comments as well, so
Yes.
people have it.
And
Yeah, I
so
think
the
that'll be
reason that
easier.
the reason you want to scan this is for somebody that might need a tree.
Correct.
Nominate
Takes you
a
right to the
family.
link.
Nominate
Gotcha.
a family. Yeah, you're not buying anything. It's just to nominate someone
Yeah.
you may know who lives on Fort Myers Beach or nearby. And
Awesome.
I think you're right. I think that's the next thing is people have had some time to process all that has happened, and now those who want to share their story,
yeah,
it'll be the time to kind of get those
Exactly.
out and keep it in the public eye about, hey, this is what happened, and it's a long recovery.
yes, it is.
So
Anyway, we thank you.
Thank you guys for coming
Thank
on.
you so much.
Megan
Thank
and
you.
Dawn,
See you
everybody.
all
Big
next
hand for
weekend.
Megan and
yeah,
Dawn.
well,
Thank you
give
so
the
much.
hours. When is
3 to 7
okay
at,
the man cave?
Yeah, at the Island Suites Man Caves on Old South Way, right off of Pine Ridge
I
Road.
don't know the exact
Perfect.
address.
I don't
No,
either.
but-
I
but
should have
that's-
had it right off the
Yeah,
top of my head. But
it's easy though.
I'll make sure everybody has
Yeah.
it.
Thank you guys.
All right, thank you.
See you next
Thank
week.
you.
All right. Before we get to our next guest here, who I
Yeah.
think is in the blue shirt here.
Yes.
Oh, big hand for the ladies. I'm going to tell everybody about
Yes.
one of our sponsors, and that is real estate agent Jorge Barrera. You see him everywhere these days, folks, volunteering, helping out. He's at Buttonwood. He was here. He just wants to be a part of the community. He is part of the community, and we thank him for that and for sponsoring our program. By the way, in case you didn't know this, Jorge is giving back 10% of his commissions to the community on all of his sales for 3 years. That's right. The next 3 years of sales from Jorge, he will be giving back 10% of that to the local community, the Fort Myers Beach community. So that's pretty cool. And residents are welcome to reach out to him for free advice. Remember, everyone you hear on this show is all about trust. It's the folks that we trust to share with you and the folks that you should trust when you call them, when you ask them for help with something like this, with something like demolition, with something like electrical work, things like that. If somebody screws you over, we're not going to talk about them on the show, only to tell them that they're screwing you over. But that's not what Jorge does. Jorge is a big part of the community. Go to Jorge Southwest Florida Realtor.com. I'm going to spell it because the Southwest Florida is abbreviated. Jorge, Jorges, WFLRealtor.com. Somebody heard that in the chat box? Feel free to type it in. You can learn more about him and his newest listings. They have the listings on there. I was checking them out last night. Not that I can buy anything right now, but I'm just saying. If you want to check it out, you can check it out right there if you're in the market
real
to buy
estate?
things.
No.
Also, the Beach Pottery is open, everybody. It's open every day from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. They're open for pottery sales only. And you know our favorite is the potteries,
The
the
potteries.
pots, the potteries and the pots from Vietnam. Because then, the Vietnam pots are made by real pottery people. You don't want to buy a pot from China because it could be like
Okay.
Chinese drywall or some kind of crappy
Wow,
kind
you're
of stuff.
rocking that back.
Yeah.
That's old.
So you
Showing
want to
your
get,
age.
I would say, go to Alana and say, I want the Vietnamese pottery because that's the good pots. That's the really interesting pots. Why are you making me trying to
I'm
rush
just
things
letting
along?
you just go out there with enough line.
There is no cafe yet at the Beach Pottery, but
I
they're
miss the
getting
coffee.
close to remodeling in a few weeks. Atlanta does have 2 new shipments, and hopefully from Vietnam since the hurricane. So there's a lot of new inventory. And she's very excited for you to stop by and see her. Beach Pottery is located on the right-hand side of the road. When you pass that putt-putt golf course thing, who plays putt golf anymore?
I think a lot of people used to come to the beach, and that'd be one thing that they would do.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
I don't think so. I don't think people come to the beach to play putt-putt golf anymore.
I think they come to the beach for a vacation, and that's one of the things
Nah,
they do.
that's
It's like a
old
beach
school.
vacation thing.
No, it's kind of old school. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next guest, I think we missed somebody, but that's okay. I want to make sure I say this right. Mateen.
Tahita.
Exactly right.
Oh, wait, that
right.
microphone's not working too well. Can
Oh.
you just switch to the other one right next to you? There we go. We got a little crackly.
Tahita Mateen.
Yes.
Wow. And you are from the SBA, which is the Small Business.
Something has gone. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. They might have shut them off when they left here. You think that's what they did? They shut them off. Thank you for shutting off the microphones on us, Dawn.
That was nice. yeah.
Mateen, did I say that right?
Yes, exactly right.
And
I-
so we've been kind of trying to go back and forth on getting you on the show and how important it is for people to know that the Small Business Association is out there. And before we talk about that, one of the first things that I was ever able to do was get a Small Business Association loan back in the day when we opened our gym in Gateway.
Okay.
And it was the thing that got us over the top to be able to open a business. So it's a great organization.
It
Yeah,
is.
it's a tool to use.
Right.
so.
And there's a lot of other things that the SBA. Are you still at the FGCU? Because that's where I went one time.
The SBDC is there, and
Okay.
they are helping people put in their applications. If they don't
Okay.
understand something, they are helping people there,
Okay.
which is they are a resource partner, and they're a very good resource during,
Yeah.
times like this.
So why is it important for you to let the folks on Fort Myers Beach know that you're available to them? Because
Yes.
FEMA's not available to them. So
Yes, exactly. So the SBA, we're here for not only businesses, but homeowners and renters as well. Businesses of any size, they don't have to be a small business. And so we want to make sure that those business owners that are registering and applying with FEMA, they're directly referred to the SBA because we do have the business program to help them recover from a disaster like this. So yes, you're right.
And what do you have for for individuals, for whether they be homeowners or renters? You said
Right.
correct.
So
Okay.
homeowners can receive up to $200,000 to repair and replace their real estate, and up to $40,000 to repair their personal belongings, to replace their personal belongings. And renters can receive up to $40,000 to replace their personal belongings as well.
So if a renter came to you and said, I want to apply for $40,000, what is it that they would need to have in order to get that approved?
They would need their when they first submit an application, they would need their ID, maybe their tax record, so we can prove that they can repay the loan. They would have to have satisfactory credit for us and repayment ability.
But would they also need flood insurance or a special kind of insurance also?
Well, they don't have to have it before they come to us, but during the life of the loan, those homeowners and those businesses do have to hold flood insurance throughout the life of the loan.
Okay, so what part of the loan would they need to get the insurance? Like, if a renter, do most renters have flood insurance?
They don't really need. They can have
Renters insurance.
Yeah, renters insurance, but they don't really need to have flood insurance because they don't own anything.
So,
I mean, but it can be. I don't know. I don't want to get too insurance-y because that's not my area.
Right.
But
right.
that's.
Is that all on the application I think your question is when in the
Do they
application
need to get
process
flood
do they
insurance,
need
or
to
does-
have
When they get
insurance?
approved,
Okay.
when they get approved, so the SBA applicants have to have flood insurance throughout the life of the loan. So if your loan is not that big and you're not stretched over those 30 years that you can have to pay back that
Wow.
SBA loan, yes, up to 30 years to repay that loan.
What's the going interest
I
rate
was
these
just going to
days?
ask.
That's the question
Yeah.
of the day.
And I know you have nothing to do with the interest rate.
No, I don't. So for homeowners, the right now in Hurricane Ian, the interest rate is as low as 2.188%.
Wow.
Businesses as low as 3.040%, and nonprofit organizations as low as 1.875%.
So a homeowner or a renter can get up to 40,000 to cover whatever. You don't care
Their
what they use it
personal
for.
Their
belongings.
personal
I
belongings,
see.
including automobiles.
I see.
And then homeowners can get that up to $200,000.
200,000 for the homeowner, and a business loan can go as high as
$2 million.
$2
Wow.
million dollars, and the interest rate on that is paid over the loan is paid over 30 years.
Mhm.
30
Yep,
years.
At
Gotcha.
as low as
Well, they can-
3.040.
Or
And
they
they
can
can
pay it
choose.
sooner.
They can pay it sooner,
Yeah.
right?
So, are you getting a lot of people that are in the program or not?
Yes, we
Yeah.
are.
How much money have you
SBA
loaned out?
And I was just about to. You're taking the words right
Thank
out
you.
of my-
Let her
That's
answer.
my job. My
No,
job is
no,
to
he's
ask those
fine, he's
questions to
fine,
make
he's
myself
fine.
sound smart.
He's fine.
Good
No,
luck with
so
that.
SBA has approved over $1 billion.
Just for Florida, just for Fort
Yes,
Myers Beach.
In Florida.
I see.
In Lee County, $606 million.
Wow.
Has gone, and that's homeowners and renters and business owners together. And I believe I would have to check the business owners how much that in Lee County, how much money has went to businesses.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are applying. But our thing that we really want to stress is submit your application. I always tell people it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and the deadline has gone. and
Oh,
you
there's a
can't
deadline.
apply. Yes, for sure. So the deadline right now is January 12th. That was
Oh,
extended
wow.
by the governor and by FEMA. So it's now January 12th. Business owners for working capital needs, they have until June 29th of 2023. So let's say, for instance, a lot of times businesses don't know if they lost working capital until about 6 months after a disaster. So if I had to close my doors for 2 months, I'm losing money. I
Right.
still have to pay my taxes. I still have to pay my lights. So the working capital needs are out there as well.
If anybody has any questions about
How
the
long is-
SBA, please type them in the chat box. Go
How
ahead.
long
Mhm.
is the application? Like, how many paid? Like, is it a lengthy process or?
Well, it depends, really. There is no two businesses or no two homeowners the same. It takes for a new application, it takes about 15 minutes.
Oh,
So you can go into a disaster recovery center. You can go into a business recovery center, but the application for a new application is not that lengthy. The loan officer may look it over. The underwriters will look it over. They may need additional documentation, but that's, after they submit the initial application.
So,
and
somebody,
how long from soup to nuts do they get the money?
About right now, the wait is about 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
Those applications are coming in steadily, so that time frame is just an average. It can be longer. I've heard people having to submit extra documentation, and it's taking them a while
Right.
to submit that documentation or even find it.
Exactly.
So they have to wait to recreate those documents. They were lost in the storm. So some cases it is taking a little longer. But I can tell you that our processing center is working.
I don't
hard.
think she can help out with your permits, Rhonda. I know you're being funny. So somebody said they were denied because they had too much insurance. Does that make any sense?
That could make sense.
Okay, why?
Because when you submit your SBA application by law, SBA or FEMA cannot duplicate insurance. So whatever the loss verifier says, this is how much your damages are. If insurance covered those damages, then there's nothing for us to loan because we can't duplicate insurance.
So
Okay.
you
go
have
ahead.
to have verified loss that's not been covered by your insurance,
Right.
to get the loan.
Right. So let's say if your damages were $20,000 and your insurance gave you $20,000. we can't give you another $20,000
Or
Mhm.
40,
yeah,
right,
or
right.
40 because those damages have already been met
I see.
by the
But if
insurance.
there's a gap,
Yeah,
if
if
there's
there's
a
a gap,
gap,
yes.
is there a lower limit? I mean, is there a minimum you have to apply for, or just no
it's-
minimum?
No,
Okay.
it's when you submit your application, you can't pick a number. So when we do we look at we can say
You guys pick the number.
we can say, well, we can
Not
approve
pick
you,
it, but yeah.
we can approve you for this.
Okay.
And some people say, well, I don't need that much. So you can say you don't need that much. My insurance is paying this. I only need this. But we always tell people, don't wait for insurance to settle
Right.
because you don't know how much it may be, a month or more too. So you want to make sure that you're in that queue, that SBA queue to
Well,
get
and
those
prices
funds
could go
started.
up. I mean,
And there's a good chance Biden could just say, forgive all the loans like he did for the student loan thing,
I
right? I,
don't
mean,
think
there's
that
always a chance of that happening, right?
I can't speak on that.
Not
you
gonna
never
step
know.
in that pile
Get the
of
money while you can, man. You might not have to pay it back. I'm just
I
joking.
mean, I do always tell people, if there's a declared disaster in your area, you want to use SBA as a tool. We're just in that whole community recovery. You have FEMA, you have Red Cross, you have SBA, you have SBDC helping out, and you have your county and you have your state with
So-
those
so
funds.
how-
So we're just
Hey.
a piece of the puzzle.
what about covering somebody's deductible?
Yes.
Okay.
What
You
what
can
is
do that
the what is the
with your
SBA's relationship to FEMA? Like some people have been saying they went to FEMA and then so FEMA's like, no, they send you over to the SBA. Like, how does that leap happen?
Yeah, exactly. So FEMA is the lead agency. We do recommend that everybody register with FEMA, submit your application with FEMA. In some cases, FEMA will refer those applicants to SBA, depending on how much money they need to start to recover. SBA loan funds are a little, are higher. So if for some reason we cannot help that applicant, we will refer them back to FEMA for additional grant consideration.
Gotcha.
If
But
you
S-
haven't filed with FEMA, though, can you still file with you? With not you personally, but with SBA?
If you're a business owner, I recommend that. If you are a homeowner or a renter, I don't recommend that.
Okay.
Start with FEMA first, because if that person didn't start with FEMA and they came straight to us and we were not able to help them, we won't be able to refer them back because they don't have a registration number to go back to.
So how just because I'm dumb and I don't understand,
Don't say
why
that.
do you need to be?
We
well,
say it all the
she
time.
says
It's
it every
okay.
week. Why
With love.
Why do you need to be registered with FEMA to go to the SBA? Why not just say, all right, I can cover what I need with the SBA loan. I don't want to deal with FEMA. Why is that?
Because you don't know if you're going to be approved or not.
Yeah. Oh, by the SBA.
Yeah.
I see.
So if I'm a homeowner and I am saying that, and I'm just going to go to SBA. If for some reason we can't help you, then we can't refer you back because you
I
didn't
see.
start there.
Are more people applying for business loans or personal loans, or what's the top?
More people are applying with the SBA, even though we're Small Business Administration. More people, renters and homeowners, are applying.
Now, you went to the town council meeting last week or 2 weeks ago to make sure that people knew that your option was there. Did things pick up after that?
Well,
They will after today.
yes. I mean, I really, okay.
We have 9 listeners. Well, maybe 10.
People say they don't like it when you say that
Why?
because they don't like you to diminish the show. I think it's the people that are
It's
newer.
my show. I can
I know, but
diminish
I
it if I
think
want
people
to.
that are newer to the show, they don't understand that reference, and they definitely don't understand the Dinky podcast reference. But I just wanted to bring that up to you. I should have waited off camera. But anyways, go ahead.
I forgot
We
the
like to air.
question. I forgot the
So did I.
question.
She sidetracks the show all the time.
You were saying people are going to know after the show because you have 9 listeners.
And
He asked a question.
I
can't
said,
remember.
did
What
you
was-
get
but
more
did you
action
get-
after the town council meeting?
Okay, there we go. Well, it's kind of hard to say because there are applications still in process.
Mhm.
So we're not at 100% processing. There's still more coming in. It's just,
Why
I mean,
would somebody
that's
be
hard to
denied?
gauge.
Give the reasons why somebody would
Yeah,
be
of
denied.
course. So people will be denied because of ability to not having the repayment ability, or
He's forgetting. He's either forgetting stuff or
Or
he's
he's
dropping
dropping
stuff. He probably forgot his wife. But look at Jorge stepping on his own cars. He's one of our sponsors. Last week he came here, forgot his keys, he
His
forgot
glasses.
his phone.
Sounds like me.
He's
Oh, it
left
just
his wife in the
happened.
car sleeping.
No, that's
with
not
the-
true.
Sounds like me.
So
Yeah, some people can be denied because of credit history and or ability to repay.
By the way, I don't want to be rude. But would you like a beer?
No, thank
Oh,
you.
you sure? What do you
Now-
think of this crowd here, though, huh?
I like it.
Where do you
I
live?
like the open. I'm actually I live in Northwest Florida.
oh wow.
Where's that? She's not really good with
That's
geography.
Are you in the Panhandle?
Panhandle, Destin, Florida.
Destin.
Oh,
Oh.
Destin's nice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now,
Very nice.
You've had they've had their share of stuff up there in the Panhandle.
Yes.
Does the federal government put you up down here, or do you got to drive?
No. We stay here when we're here away
Yeah.
from our base. We live here.
Let me guess. Luminary.
Where are you
Excuse me?
staying?
At the Luminary?
I can't say.
Yeah,
you can't
no.
say.
No.
She doesn't want to say.
I see.
She doesn't want people stalking her
Right.
for their loan.
So is there a
So just want to ask. So
Okay.
is this is something that's gone on before? This isn't a new program.
SBA? No.
No. I mean SBA making loans in disasters.
for individuals
Okay.
and for renters?
No.
That's-
No. So SBA, in times of disasters, the federal government allows our agency, our administration, to offer low interest loans to
Huh.
homeowners and renters.
Okay.
But we do have a regular SBA for business owners only.
Yeah.
But in
Right.
times of disasters, we do offer that because SBA is used for long-term recovery, putting back people as whole as possible through by the rates that we are able to loan out.
So we have a question from Michelle
Yes.
who says, if you only take the $40K for contents, do you have to have flood insurance?
Man, that is a good question. And
Michelle gets a $5 for that. She stumped the SBA.
Is Michelle a homeowner or is she a renter?
Renter.
I'm guessing she's a renter.
Well, I don't know that she
Well-
is. I thought that's what you said.
Okay. So I'm just going to give a statement of what I know.
Might not be factual, but you're giving a statement.
Right. When you have an SBA loan, you have to have flood insurance throughout the life of the loan. So if you receive,
Why do you think that is?
Well,
Why
if
does
you
the renter have to have flood insurance and not the person
Well,
that
it's
owns
not
the home?
because the loan is on the personal contents.
I'm sorry. Do you work for the SBA,
I'm
ma'am?
just-
she's right.
When did you?
I'm smart enough to connect the dots, sir. If
So
the,
it's-
go ahead.
No. Well, it's not about
She owns. She said she owns.
Okay. Yes, she does. So you have to have the insurance throughout the life of the loan.
Yeah.
So if that survivor receives that $40,000 only for personal contents, or up to the 40,000, whatever that number is, her payments may not be stretched out for 30 years.
Right.
So if her payments is to where they'll say, okay, well, you only got 10,000, we're going to do a 5-year plan for you, then that's 5 years of that insurance.
I'm confused.
you
After
know-
that, you don't have to if you don't want it. But I
Right.
mean, at a time like this, I would suggest,
If you're, and I don't know, you may not know because we're getting in the weeds. So, and I
yeah,
understand
don't get
that.
in the weeds.
That's right.
Go to a recovery center.
So go to the recovery center because if you're
No.
if you're not in a, I don't know, if you're not in a flood zone area, do you still need it?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
It
what I'm
doesn't-
puzzled about. Why?
Because they want insurance to make sure the loan's going to be paid back.
I know, but it's almost defeating the purpose of. Not. This is nothing. I know what
no.
you're trying to do, trying to help people by giving them money. But to me, you're loaning people money where they're going to have to make a monthly payment, and then you're asking them to get insurance, which somebody said to me today would cost them $1,000 a month on
Wow.
top of the loan that they're trying to get to cover their. So you know what I'm saying? It's like it almost is like
It
why do
may
you,
not work
you're
for
getting the
some
government is
people.
almost getting in the way of trying to help people, not the SBA, but it's
Well, I
it's
mean,
a
we're
federal
government.
requirement.
We're federal.
I know. I'm
government
not.
as
I'm
well.
just not trying to put you on the spot. It's just like
No.
if I've got to pay $1,000 in insurance,
Right.
why would I take out and like that's one payment on top of another payment when I just lost all my stuff.
Right. Listen, I have seen many disasters. This is my job. I understand what you're saying. It is not about making people go in debt. Our program, the SBA's program, is just like I said, it's a tool. I'm not selling loans.
Right.
I'm not forcing anyone to do it.
You
but
have money
I
to
do
give.
know-
You have money to
But
give.
I do know that if you are looking for that long-term recovery, sometimes it may take a loan.
Right.
And if you find out later on when you apply that your insurance is going to cover more, or you got more grant money from the county or whatever program or from FEMA, you can say, never mind, I don't want it. But
Mhm.
I will tell people it's better to have it
Right.
and not need it and say, never mind, I don't need it.
Yeah.
Then
And then it's
but
not
I
there
kind of got
anymore.
off the area of the flood insurance. But yes, throughout the life of the loan, you do need to hold flood insurance.
I guess it's sort of like when you get a mortgage, you have to have mortgage insurance. You have
Is
to
it
have
really like
PMI.
that? Or are you just trying to
Well, no, you have to have insurance.
Stop me from
you
saying-
know, some people
pay.
that is their factor of not having it. But
Right.
I mean,
so
you know, now we kind of
Well, they might not have had it before.
I wish
because it
Michelle was
so
here asking the
expensive,
questions
so-
instead of us. Michelle said she was approved on her loan for $200,000
Okay.
to rebuild, and the rate was almost 5% from the SBA.
Okay.
But vocally, SBA tells me less than 2%. Not just your guest. I have a letter from SBA at 5%.
Right,
Why would she
right.
be charged 5%?
So our interest rates, and I have on the fact sheet is here. It says if you are not able to get credit elsewhere, that's why when I say that, I say as low as.
I see.
So whatever her information that she put in on her application, she was able to get credit elsewhere. So that interest rate moved up a little bit. And that's
Oh.
me getting into the weeds again.
Wait, she was
But
able to get credit elsewhere, so she had good credit.
right.
She had good credit, so the SBA raised.
That's not for if Michelle is if she is approved. Hi, Michelle. Hi.
Hey,
So,
girl. Hey.
If she has questions about her interest rates, I would
No,
move
but
her to her loan officer.
Right, but my question to
because-
you is, if she has good credit,
Let's just take a personal person out
Right,
of it.
right.
If, if someone can access credit elsewhere, like this is the line of last defense. Is that if you can't get credit anywhere else, you guys, this is where you should
Most
start.
of our loans go to people who cannot get credit elsewhere.
Okay.
So the interest rates are as low as 2.188%.
forgive
And
me.
on our fact sheet, it can go as high as that number. But
Forgive me for
Hold
making.
on, wait.
Okay.
But I'm sorry, I'm going to cut you off.
No, that's
But
fine. She
that
does
is
it all the time.
something That is, but that is something that because no two applicants are the same, I'm not going to go too deep into that.
Right.
I would refer her to speak to her loan officer. But all I know is that what our interest rates are as low as, and most of our loans go to people who cannot get loans elsewhere.
Okay. I'm
think-
following your
no,
instructions.
I
guess to me
he's
it
gonna
sounds like-
he's going to try and give you a hard
No,
time
I
about the
don't wanna-
policies of the SBA.
Right. I'm
And
not
I
going to
think
try and give her a hard time at all.
That you're always trying to do that. And the thing is that
I'm not going to do it, dear.
We're here to help. I mean, I am not from here. We're here to help. No, I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying
the frontline people are here to help, but there's the rules around how things are organized. And if you don't like the rules of something, you take it up with somebody
I hear
else.
what you're saying.
No,
You don't.
I just wanted to say that when we're in communities, we become the community. And I can't tell you how many times I've driven up this street and just talked to people. I can't tell you how many people that I've just patted on the back and they understood that. We just want to make sure that people know that we are here. I know there's a lot of facts on this fact sheet, and it can get governmenty, and it's hard to understand for some people, like the survivor. It's hard to understand, why is my interest rate going this high when you said it was this low as this? Why couldn't I get that lower end of it? I've heard it a lot, but I would refer them to their loan officer to find out why and get the reason from them, because I can't.
Fair enough.
I can't.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I know they're trying to help.
Where did you say you were just the other day?
Thursday and Friday. Today is Saturday. I was at a Senator Rubio's pop-up disaster recovery center, and it was to help people with their appeals.
Was that around here or was that?
It was in North Fort Myers. It was at the recreation
Oh,
center.
I thought
and
it was
it's going on
next
today
week.
until 2:00.
Oh, I thought there was one next week. I saw the town posted something, but maybe I didn't see the
Maybe
date
he's
right.
doing another one next week. But
Yeah, I'd
this
like to have
week-
him on the show.
It was amazing. It was there were agencies in there. It's going on today until 2:00, and there were FEMA, SBA, SBP, which will help you write your appeals. There was insurance advocates. There was Fannie Mae that can help you with your credit and decline. There was so many agencies, Red Cross. So when you recover from something like this, it's not only one agency, it's a whole community. And I just want to stress that.
And I think that that's what's tough too, is people hear all of these agencies and that there's help here and help there and help there and help there. And then it is hard to navigate as an individual that's not used to doing that, to navigate all those and get up, get frustrated and give up and then say, like he does, everybody says there's everything out there. But I mean, it's almost like there should be a case manager for people and who know all the programs and say, okay, you would do better not with SBA. You go to FEMA. You would go better over here. You can go to these two things, yada, yada, yada.
You're right. I mean, it's when you're going
you guys are all operating together with each other. But for the consumer, it's like, whoa.
You're right.
It's a lot, and they need an advocate for that.
And then plus have on your mind that you don't know where to start. So you are right. It is a tough process.
We didn't, we didn't do the FEMA thing. We had a little bit of damage at our house, nothing like this, not even, whatever. But when you talked about you need to apply for FEMA, I didn't do it because we had insurance, and I was under the impression, wrong or not, if you have insurance, FEMA's not where you should go. So that's the other thing is I'm not sure that was right. Maybe it was, maybe it's not.
Well, it's not too late. You got until January 12th. So
even with the FEMA thing?
Yeah. Well, the deadline was extended by FEMA.
Okay.
So FEMA's deadline is our deadline.
Okay.
So that's how we work together.
If you haven't done it, I mean, I might do it just to see how the process is.
Yeah, you can. I would definitely do it. No matter how small you think your damages are, go ahead and apply with FEMA. A lot of times you may see something later. Keep in touch with them if something changes.
Well, and the other thing is prices.
And keep in touch with SBA if something changes as well.
Right, because prices go up too. I mean, as supply gets limited, prices on things go up. So maybe to repair this was this, and then by the time they get to you, it's like, now it's double. So, I mean, so where else can people get more information?
Yeah, of course. So to find the disaster recovery center that is closest to you, you can go to FEMA.gov and look up the DRC locator, which is Disaster Recovery Center Locator. SBA is staffed at all of those places. So if you need to go in and only see SBA, you can say, hey, I got an SBA issue. I can go straight there. We also have SBA only business recovery centers.
Okay.
And guess what? You do not have to be a business to go into a business recovery center to get help from SBA. So I just want to make sure that people understand those resources are out there. If you have an issue with SBA, go visit a customer service representative. They can pull your application up. They can go line by line. They can identify any mistakes. Sometimes the denials are coming from the slightest mistakes.
Right.
You transpose the number. You meant to put 40,000, but you put 4,000.
Right.
There's, simple things that we can, help you with, and through that reconsideration process as well.
Now, how long are you going to be staying in this fine area?
Until we're no longer needed. So I mean, I don't.
Do they give you a break to go home and see your family, or what? Or you're just here?
No, my family comes down to see me sometimes.
Oh, they come down to see you. They didn't move down with you.
No.
Okay. She's here until whenever.
I apologize. We did a 5K race in the morning, and I had 4 bottles of water on the way over to the show.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
nice.
It wasn't that good. It was only, it was good for our daughter. She came in third in her age. So
Yep. Yep.
Wow,
on her,
that's
on
nice.
her first race. Yeah.
So what is your plan now after today? I mean, you're going to be back out in the field. You're going to the council meeting Monday, or what's your plan here?
I am. Well, I may have time to hit the Senator Rubio's event right now
Yeah.
again until 2.
Give him our card. See if he'll come on our show, because I'd like to ask him
his
about
staff
FEMA.
was there. His
Yeah.
staff was there. He
Yeah.
didn't. He wasn't there. I didn't.
Oh,
get to
he
meet
wasn't
him.
there.
No, I wanted to meet
Oh.
him, but yeah, his staff was there. But yeah, just still working in the field. Have a lot of meetings next week. Getting over to Sanibel Island, and a lot of people in the community, chambers, city councils, commissioners. They are having meetings for town hall meetings, that we're still getting that information out there. So we just want to make sure that this voice, if you hear my voice,
And I don't even
submit
think
your
we.
application soon.
I don't think we got. What is your title? I don't even think we gave your title out.
I'm a public affairs specialist for SBA.
She's a money giver.
She's a public affairs.
I
see.
should have. I should have.
Yeah.
She's
So,
writing out checks.
have you met Mayor Holly Smith in Sanibel yet?
Not yet.
All right.
No,
we,
not
we,
yet.
We can hook you up with the mayor.
Have you been over there?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Yeah, it's devastating everywhere.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been to a couple, meetings here, and Fort Myers meetings. My counties, I'm handling Lee County and Collier County and Hendry. So, it's pretty busy, but we just want to make sure that everybody knows what's available.
Well, thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
coming
much.
on, and thank you for putting up with my
Don't
Thank
say
you for
that.
putting up
pain
with
in the
him.
neck.
Thank you for having
So
me.
thank you, and thank you for helping the folks on Fort Myers Beach. We really do appreciate that.
Yes,
And,
yes.
Anything that we need to get out with the SBA, just let us know. We will.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
All right,
All right,
everybody.
thank
If
you
you
so
need help
much.
with the SBA, we'll hook you up. We'll make sure we put your information out there, and let everybody know that they can get $40,000 as long as they have
I'm sorry.
flood insurance and all that. But she's not leaving yet. We're not done with our show. Our show must go on. The show must go on. The show must go on. What else I need to tell everybody? I think I have one more ad I wanted to tell you guys about. Oh, don't forget about today. I hope to see all you guys at 4:00 over at the Sunset Grill parking lot. We're going to have D-Rocks, and we're going to have Sheena Brooke, and we're going to bring toys in for the kids from the Beach Kids Foundation. We got so many toys for the kids. It's going to be a great Christmas for the kids on the beach. So Allen Development Group is our other sponsor. Yes, you know Scott Allen. Scott Allen remodels, new construction, and he says it can be intimidating, but you need to let Scott and his team put your mind at ease. There's going to be some development, there's going to be construction, there's going to be remodels, and you're going to need to have, once again, somebody you trust. You've seen Scott on the show many times. This person sitting here with the hat on, do we know who he is?
He's the debris removal guy that we had
Oh,
on from
Mike.
Orlando.
Okay, I
Mike.
just wanted to make sure because somebody didn't show up.
She was saying we got to get this gentleman on if we can. It's a big ask. Jimmy Petronas, the CFO.
Why? Why do we need him on?
Because I guess she said, he's
Mattel
doing a lot with the insurance people.
The gentleman that owns Cold Stone Creamery was supposed to be on because he's opening. It's not going to be
Well,
Cold
maybe
Stone
he
Creamery
was-
anymore. It's going to be like a coffee shop. He said, and he wanted to come on and talk about it, but he's a no-show. So
What's his name?
his name is Mitul. So I'm looking at as Mattel Chatoni.
Well, hang
Mary-
on. Let me see.
I mean, you think somebody would have came around close by, but I'll tell everybody what I was telling them about Allen Development Group, folks. I know you're fading on us. Don't fade on us. Is he here? We got to talk to him. Full team of architects, engineers, and master carpenters deployed only to Iona, McGregor, and Fort Myers Beach. I didn't even know you were here. Come on, sit down. Locally owned, with an office just over the bridge on Pine Ridge Road. Come visit Scott's office at the Man Caves and see his samples of cabinets, countertops, and trim board. We were looking we've never met face to face, so I didn't know if you were here
I
or
had
not.
a
You were supposed to be on
feeling-
first.
Yeah.
Were you here? Were you here earlier?
Well, I was here, but you guys were busy with her, so I was like,
us.
Yeah, no worries at all. So you own tell us what you own over in Times Square.
So we used to own Cold Stone Creamery at the Times Square, and I mean, we got some damage, and we plan to rebuild. But I mean, the thing is, like, we are not expecting to have much tourists at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So we are thinking about, like, for time being, we may do like cafe or something.
So like a coffee shop,
No, it's more kind of smoothies and sandwiches.
Oh.
The way
Like a
tropical
cafe, okay,
smoothies.
okay.
So for people that aren't really sure, you come over the bridge, you see there was those Cold Stone Creamery ice cream store was there.
It's right there.
Right there.
That wasn't your business, right? That was your
my
building.
business.
Oh, it was your
No,
building.
yeah,
so
that-
you own the building and the business. You had the whole
No,
thing
we
going.
don't own the building. We lease the building.
I see.
Yeah.
So you still have access to the building.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Have you
I
guys
mean,
been
the-
in there cleaning up or?
Yeah.
Oh
We're
yeah.
cleaning up, and I think the great thing what our previous owner did was, like, I mean, we did lost our drywall and other stuff,
Mhm.
but I mean, the old gentleman, they say old is gold, right? So what he used was, like, typically all the build out what you see is, like, I mean, metal bars and other stuff, I mean, metal stud and other stuff, but he used, like, 2x4.
Oh, so
And
he used wood.
instead of all the drywall, he used, like, hardy board.
Huh.
So the water came and it went, but I mean, we didn't see, like, much damage. I mean, the drop ceiling and other stuff fell
Mhm.
out, but I mean, those are, like, easily
Yeah.
replaceable.
So how much of that corner building do you lease out?
We have around 765 square feet.
Okay.
So that there's a building over there that looks like it could. It was the T-shirt shop or something, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Who owns
he's, I mean, now Daniel, he's like great guy. He owns few property on Fort Myers Beach,
Okay.
and he's planning to put, like, a bar over there.
A what?
A bar.
A bar.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's under permitting, and his permit is accepted by town.
Oh.
So
So he's gonna have a bar that looks out the
Uh-huh.
other way.
other way, yeah, yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
So when is he gonna open?
Oh well, it depends.
I don't think
on-
he's here to talk about him.
No, if that if that whole area opens up, that'd be pretty cool. Your place and his place right next door to each other.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he will. I think he will take 2 or 3 more months because, like, he has to go through permitting and
Not
other
bad
stuff.
at all. Not bad at
Yeah.
all.
And for us, I mean, we went through permitting, like, 2.5 year back. So when I talked to town people, they said, like, we don't have to pull the new permit. We will be okay with just, like, remodel permit, because I mean, code hasn't been changed since 2 years. So
Right.
So you're gonna open a coffee shop?
No. Like smoothies, sandwiches,
Sandwiches
like a
and ice
cafe. Mm-hmm.
So the entrance to that is on which side? It's on the other
left
side. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So are you gonna have those big hands out front again, or they're gone?
Come again?
The big hands where people were sitting on the what were they? Ice cream cones or something? They were-
Yeah. We will do something like that. But
Yeah.
right now, everything is like, we are still trying to figure it out
Yeah.
too.
What's
But,
going to be on the menu? Like what kind of smoothies?
Well, we have, like, few smoothies, like healthy options, and, like, some green smoothies, some protein smoothies.
Green smoothies. It makes you
Yeah,
go to the
and-
bathroom really good.
Oh,
Clean,
Yeah,
clean
yeah.
you right out, right?
Uh-huh,
Oh,
uh-huh.
Gotta have
So,
those. Yeah.
Yeah.
For the old
and
people like me.
sandwiches.
Sand.
What
So
kind of
what are your
sandwiches?
hours? What are your hours going to be then?
For now, we are thinking, like, let's say maybe 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. or 8 p.m.
Okay.
And hopefully we will try to cover some breakfast time too. But
So-
I mean, it's
Is
More
that-
lunch stuff.
lunch.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
does
yeah.
Chris Primo own that building?
Sorry.
Chris owns that building. Chris Primo.
No, Daniel Clarkson
Oh,
owns that
Daniel
building.
Clarkson.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. He also owned the sun deck.
Yeah, he owns the sun deck.
Is he
too,
going to rebuild the sun deck? Do you know?
Sorry.
Is he going to rebuild the sun deck? Do you know?
Oh, well, I haven't talked to him about that.
Yeah.
But I mean, great guy.
Yeah,
I
oh,
think-
yeah, we love
I
him,
mean,
yeah.
he loves the
He-
beat. So
He bought 500 of these
Yeah,
shirts for
yeah.
us.
yeah,
500
yeah,
of them.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
He's a
I
good
mean,
guy.
He
Yeah.
only wanted to wear 400 of them,
Yeah,
so he
yeah.
gave me the under 100 to sell.
yeah. And I mean, if
And
I
why the
had
hell
to,
aren't you wearing a shirt? Why aren't you wearing a yellow shirt, man?
Well,
Come on.
I mean,
Maybe he
man, I wish.
I'll get you one.
I was outside and just came inside.
Every
so, yeah.
we did our show over there a couple of times, right by the coming over the bridge. Your guys are always working there.
Yeah.
The guys are
Yeah,
always
yeah,
working
yeah,
there. Like,
yeah. I mean, even before COVID, we worked hard to put that place in. I mean, we
Oh,
opened
yeah.
on what March 12th, and right after that we got the
Oh.
COVID. Then
So
we passed
you
through COVID.
started your business there
Mhm.
March 12th
March
of
12th.
2020.
Uh-huh.
So you had to go through COVID, survived through COVID, and then now this.
Yeah.
Why don't you just throw in the towel,
have
man?
persistence.
Come on.
Well, I mean, that's what they said. I mean, you just move
Keep-
2 steps forward. If someone push you 1 step back,
That's
you
what she does
again.
to me every show. She pushes me
Yeah,
2
yeah.
I
steps
would like
back.
to push you
Yeah.
right off this thing.
So where do you
Do you live on the beach?
That was my question.
Yeah, I live in Fort Myers.
In Fort Myers.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So how long have you been here? Your whole life, or
I mean, I came in United States 2007.
Wow.
Then I moved to Florida 2013.
when you moved to the United
Fort
States?
Myers.
Where'd you land? I mean, where in 2007? Where'd you first live?
Well, I came to Jersey City.
Oh,
Then I did my
What the hell were you
master's
doing
over
there?
there.
well, you have a master's degree.
Yeah,
so do
yeah.
I. What's yours in?
No, you don't.
Sorry.
What is yours in business, like mine is?
Yeah, business.
Yeah.
Then I started working for IBM back in 2011.
Wow.
When
Yeah.
IBM was a company, like in
Yeah.
2011.
2011, it was probably.
Probably, yeah. Now I work for Homeland Security in DC.
Oh, you
but
do?
I mean, after COVID, I don't
Another
have to
government
go,
employee.
So, well, yeah.
So what do you do for Homeland Security? Or you can't tell us.
Well, so our portfolio is like, when someone comes into country, they go through like, fingerprint and other stuff, right? So we manage that system. So basically we secure our borders. Let's put it that way.
All
Okay.
right.
So what country are you from?
I'm from India.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you ever go back?
Yeah, I mean, I visit every 2 years, but after COVID, I haven't been there. So
Yeah.
I do
Wow.
plan to go somewhere in like, summertime.
When
How long is the flight?
I mean, nowadays it's pretty good, but it still takes around, from my home to leave, and when I reach to my home in India, it takes around 36 hours.
why
36?
Yeah.
As
yeah.
in day? That's like days.
Yeah, I mean, right now is like, nighttime in India. So,
so why United States? Why do you live here and not in India?
well, I mean, the country, right? I mean, it's the greatest country you can be. And I mean, look, the beach is, I think, the perfect example. I mean, you
Wait.
guys, let's say, like, don't even talk about others, right? I mean, anytime you go to beach, how much guys you worked on the beach, I mean, let's say I never knew guys before, but I mean, what I see, like, you guys did pretty good, for the beach.
Thank you.
And-
But the reason I ask you that is because sometimes I feel like people that are born here and that live here don't appreciate the
Exactly.
country as much as people that come here like you and others that come here and say, holy crap.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Like, this is crazy
yeah.
free and
Uh-huh.
crazy nice and great. And then, I mean, I'm not knocking India. I
Uh-huh.
mean, a lot of people live in India.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
a lot of people live in India.
Yeah.
Why the hell do so many people live in India? I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah,
That's
I
a lot
mean,
of people.
It's like, I mean, the country was formed maybe like, what, 7,000-8,000 years back, right?
Right.
And demographic is like, what we have in Florida, right? Tropical weather and other
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's very old population. And I mean, it's been through like, many wars and
Yes.
other stuff. So, I mean, obviously,
That
like,
side of
Are
the
you
world
from
is. Go ahead.
Are you from a big area in India or a small town or?
well, I mean, I'm from Gujarat, which is nearby Bombay.
Okay.
Bombay is like, kind of hub for all the businesses.
Okay.
And I mean, we have like, great president from India, and he belongs to like, Gujarat since 25 years. And hopefully our plan is to do like, same for DeSantis. We will send him to like,
I love it.
and
That's
once he
amazing.
get there,
Yeah.
I mean, he gonna serve us. That's what we do
That's
wherever
awesome.
we go.
That's so awesome.
So
I mean, I just love it when people come from other countries and live in the United States and then
And
and
prosper
and
and-
love it.
yeah.
They love it more than some people here love it, and people poo-poo it and people criticize that live here.
Yeah.
And that's irritating more than anything because it is the greatest country in the world. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
perfect.
Uh-huh.
It's certainly not perfect, but
yeah. I mean, if you ask me, like, personally, I think this is the best country. And I mean, something like this happened, this magnitude of hurricane, and the way people come together. I mean, let's say people complain about government and other stuff, but I mean, this is not small thing. I mean,
Well, I'm going to complain about government when you get off the show, but but the people that from across the country that have helped this small island, this 7-mile island, has been crazy. Like from raising enough money to buy tents for the church to all the toys that we've been able to raise in 1 week for the Beach Kids Foundation, to all the donations that were made when the storm first hit, to people that lost their homes. It's been crazy. It's been crazy.
Yeah. I mean, and I lived on this. I mean, let's say I haven't lived on this, but I have felt the island vibes and other stuff.
You feel part of the community.
Part of the community.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I meet
And you are part of it.
Yeah, I meet so many people. I mean, it's.
So when are you going to open?
I mean, we are just waiting for electricity.
There's no electricity over there?
No, I mean, FPL is redesigning the stuff for good.
Oh.
So I mean, they need some time to figure it out, how they want it to redesign.
Yeah, that was a mess over there.
Yeah, I mean, and I appreciate what they are doing too. I mean,
you're way too nice. Are you nice all the time like this?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Are you married with kids? I don't mean to get personal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm married since in India, most of the people just married once, and I did that in 2011. I have 2 kids, one 6-year and one 2-year-old.
Oh wow, they here?
Uh-huh.
So where are they? How come you didn't bring them?
I mean, they are just at the beach.
They're working.
Yeah,
they're cleaning up
Oh, they're hanging out. They're 6 and 2.
6 and 2. Wow, that's great. So, well, how come if we can do anything to help with getting business down there, maybe we can do a show down there. That'd be awesome.
Are you keeping the name? Are you changing the name? Did I miss
what are you gonna
that?
call it? Yeah.
Well, we are doing 239 Cafe.
Okay.
239 Cafe.
Yeah, so it's local.
Yeah.
It's
you
built
sure
by
that's
local
available?
and built for local.
Are you sure that's available?
Yeah, it is available.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's got his
I know.
master's in business. I don't think he
I have my
needs
master's in
any
podcasting.
I have
help with you.
trademark and everything.
Oh,
registered.
because I've heard of that before. Is that?
It's new one.
I see.
I mean,
I thought maybe it's 239 something else.
I mean, it's something new. We
Yeah,
are
I like
going
it.
to invent.
So you're gonna have smoothies. You're gonna have sandwiches, and
Ice creams.
gonna have beer, Blue Moon, anything like that.
I mean, we are working with town if they can
Yeah.
let us, but
Cool. So that's gonna be awesome. And so you're thinking maybe
beer smoothies.
January, February, or maybe before.
well,
or
I mean,
you're just waiting for them to
he's
flip the
waiting.
switch.
Well, he's waiting for
we are just
FPL.
waiting for FPL. I mean, water, we just got it last week. So I think we are just waiting for FPL to just put the power in, I guess.
Great.
You got really cool hair too. I mean, you use
you,
some
yeah.
kind of mousse. What kind of you using mousse? You use mousse?
Do you use any products in your hair?
Mousse?
Well, I mean, I use natural product. Let's put that way. Yeah.
Natural product?
I mean, some hair oil and other stuff.
Hair oil. Yeah.
He
Does it-
doesn't need any because
No,
there's
I'm
nothing
very
going
jealous
on
of
under
hair.
there.
So-
But he has nice heart
Now-
about that.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I mean, let me tell you, it's not my opinion, right? It's whomever I met, and I
Oh.
meet a lot of people.
We didn't know
That's
each
so
other.
nice.
Really, you and I didn't know
That
each
is
other,
very
and
nice.
we've been doing that show down there forever until this whole thing happened.
Right.
I think it was by some kind of email or something that you
Yeah,
reached
I mean,
out
I
and
just, because I mean, if you look the state where I'm coming from, I mean, most of the people are businessmen, right? And they are part of subway, motels, pharmacy, doctors. We have big doctor community, and I mean hotels and motels. So when hurricane hit, we had the fundraising, right? So all over the country, people donated some money, and we were able to collect around 150,000. Right.
Wow.
very nice.
So the biggest question was how to distribute that fund. I mean, this is hard-earned money from the people.
Yeah.
So we just don't want it.
Yeah,
to kind
you
of
have to be
I hear ya.
judicious. Yeah.
I hear ya.
Fiduciary, responsibility.
So and our task, and we didn't have this much connection in community where we know people are in need. So
Right.
that's why I was man, you involved in so much people and know people personally. So if you have someone who really needs help, then we wanted to kind of give some fund.
Well,
nice.
we're so glad you're part of the community over
Yeah.
there, and we can't wait till you guys open and we'll make sure we push customers over there. It's going to be nice to see the Times Square area open one at a time, and rebuild and the whole thing. It's going to be different on the other side, but when you open, and Tom from La Ola's there with his food truck, and it's everybody's helping each other out. I was over there just chatting with Tom this morning, and we're going to be over there this evening with a little concert on because people just want to see the sunset.
And every week we come down here, it's harder and harder to find a parking spot now. So
I mean,
people just want to be
back,
here.
People are
I
coming.
think, and we are coming back stronger the way how we like it. So.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
and
you so much.
Thanks for the
Thank you
opportunity.
for waiting.
And good luck with the business, and let's stay in touch.
Yes,
So
thank you
whatever
so
we can
much.
do to
Sure,
help.
man.
And
Thanks
I
a
look
lot
forward
for
to having the first sandwich over there.
Oh, guys, have you cut the ribbon? Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
We have
ribbon
done
cutting
that
for sure.
before.
Ribbon
We have
cutting would
done
be
that.
great.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So, folks, we are going to close shop here, and are you going to have it?
I'm gonna get something to
I
eat.
know,
I'm
I need to eat.
starving.
It was like last night too.
And the food is so good. Yeah, you didn't let me get anything to eat last
Who
night.
were you talking to last night after the show was over? You guys are.
Oh,
I was
so
like,
many
I just need
people.
to sit in the corner
Yeah, I
and
know.
eat.
I know. So many people came up and thanked us for what we did, and
it's crazy.
it's
Stop
just
thanking. There's no thanking.
Kathy
Stop
and I
with the
can't even
thanking.
remember, but they were so nice.
Stop with the
so
thanking.
generous.
Yeah. And so the only thing I want to say about the federal government is don't depend on the federal government. That's all. You don't have to say anything, and you don't have to agree or disagree, but FEMA is bullshit.
You
The
said you weren't
whole
going to do this.
thing.
You know what? Let's end on the note that he said that
Yes. Go with the
country
local.
is this country
Go
is
with
good,
the local.
and
That's right.
he also said the government is good. I mean, you
Here-
go to another country and see how it's run there.
You know what I was thinking last night?
It's
There's
not
only
perfect.
one arm of the government that can actually get shit done and get it done right,
The defense.
and that is the armed forces, like
The Department of Defense. Yeah.
not the Department of Defense, but if
They got lots of money.
the Army or the Marines, or I'm not saying take over, but they know how to go into situations and set things up and make it right. Or I mean, this whole thing with the trailers is really bugging me.
Okay.
No, don't leave, and I'm
I
gonna
know,
let it
but
go.
you said
I'm
you
gonna
weren't
let
gonna
it
get
go.
into this.
I don't remember saying that because I
listened
couldn't
to the
sleep
end
last
of the show
night.
last night when I was driving down here, and that's what you said. And that's what you wrote.
Here's the thing: it's fine if you're not going to let somebody have a
How
trailer.
about this? How about we reach out to the FEMA people
They're
we've
not
had on
coming
the
on.
show before
I did.
and ask them?
When I
to
was
explain
blocked out of the conference call yesterday, Sam Harvey was the first person I called, and I said, Sam, they wouldn't let me get on the call. They wouldn't let me get on. He's you know what he said? He said, email me the question. I was like, okay, I'm going to email you the question. So you guys are going to edit it and send it back. I need those two guys to either come on the show or get on a conference call so that I
Well,
can ask the
maybe if
questions
you're
for
not-
Fort Myers Beach.
Okay, if you're not going to be so, coming so hard, maybe they will. But no one wants to.
Okay, then don't
be
come
beat
on. I
up.
don't care. I'm not going to
But there's
change
a
the
way
way.
to answer the questions without being so
Yeah,
sarcastic.
you mean ask the questions?
Ask them. Yeah,
Here.
ask them.
The people on Fort Myers Beach are
You
not
can
getting
ask a hard
trailers.
question
They're not.
without that tone of voice.
I don't think I can. Other
well,
people
then
can.
I will.
Like Dave Elias, is that how you say his name? He was asking nice questions, but you could tell he was pissed off. He's like, where are the trailers? He didn't say it specifically for Fort Myers Beach, but he's like, where are the trailers? People are feeling like, well, and you know how many people, I have it in my notes, how many people have gotten trailers? Like 3 people are in trailers. That's it, 3 people. And it's like, there's so many different things that you in the process that you have to go through, that there's like 4 people that actually have trailers in like all of Florida or all of Southwest Florida. It's just crazy. So anyway, you're right. I'll leave it for when I do my solo show and we just talk about the federal government. But you know
Okay.
what? The local government is going to get, the town government is getting stuff done. The one thing that I'm going to jump on next, and I was prodded by somebody this morning, is that the pier really needs to be rebuilt. That's
Whose
the next thing.
responsibility is
It's Lee
whose-
County.
Okay.
When I called Lee County and said, what is your time frame for the pier? They said, we don't have one. It's like, you don't have one. Everything outside
Okay,
of Fort
dear.
Myers Beach is normal.
No,
There
that
should
is
be-
not true.
A lot of it is.
That is not true. Here's where you go. There are many areas that have been hard hit that still are recovering. And I'm sure the county, while that is important to them, the pier is important to them, they need to help people. That there's still debris that needs to be cleaned up. There's still a lot of stuff that needs to be done.
You know, it sometimes really bothers me
Gosh.
that you defend government when later on tonight you're
This
not going
is
to.
not, again, this is not a defend thing or a da-da-da-da thing. This is, you have to have both sides. And you haven't talked to people, so you just go off. You just go off on your tangent. And I don't like it if you're misinforming people. Remember, folks, this part of it is his opinion.
That's right. It's my opinion. I don't think that you should rely on the federal government. You're not getting a trailer. That's the bottom line. Don't waste your time. Don't get your hopes up that you're getting a trailer on Fort
The
Myers
numbers
Beach.
are going
You're
right
not.
in the tank.
No, they're not.
Listening, they're
going
tired
up
of
now.
listening
This
to
is
you.
what people want to listen to. Anyway, I know when you want to be done with it. So get out of my studio.
All right, goodbye.
All right, folks, we will see you with a more happier tone at 4 o'clock today, because you know what? There'll be no federal government talk tonight at 4 o'clock. That's for sure. It's going to be fun, entertainment, and the sunset. 4 o'clock. D-Rocks and Sheena Brook. And we're going to set up the Venmo so that you can donate money to our artists that are coming up tonight. And I want to thank you all for a great month in November of coffee donations. You make it all worthwhile. When we see you out and you thank us, it means a lot to us. So thank you so much. And we will see you tonight, hopefully with your lawn chairs and your unwrapped toy for the kiddos. If you don't come with an unwrapped toy tonight, I am going to call you out. Oh, look who showed up without an unwrapped toy. Yeah, just smooching off our free music here, but didn't bring the kids anything. Bye-bye.